The city of Lagos is a progressive, dynamic, and thriving cosmopolitan city in a global challenging world. A city that possesses the highest accumulation of national brain power in Africa, with excellent demonstration of good governance and leadership. This is the Power City on the City of Lagos TV show. You're welcome. You're welcome to From the Governor's Office, where we keep you abreast with latest engagements of Mr. Governor. The vigorous political campaign drive of the All Progressive Congress APC at the APC Gubernatorial Lagos West Rally at Alimosho was indeed an exciting carnival, with the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, parading the various candidates vying for different positions in the forthcoming elections. The governor expressed his profound appreciation to the party faithfuls at the rally, urging them to ensure victory for APC.
I want to thank you very much for keeping out in large numbers this afternoon, for coming to support your party, our party, and all of your candidates that you have seen, from the presidential candidate to your senatorial, to your House of Rep, to your House of Assembly, and of course the governorship. Thank you very much, Alimosho. Thank you, Oshodi. Thank you, Oshodi. Thank you, Otedola. Thank you, Musi. Thank you, Agege. Thank you, Olibongo. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for watching me. I remember all of you. Ikeja, I remember you. Isolo, I remember you. Black sellers, I remember you. Arewa community, I remember you. Indigo, I remember you. South, I remember all of you. This is your territory. This is your place. Make sure you go all out. All our market men and women. Make sure that you vote in all of the elections. Get them out there for buy. Get out there buy. Get out there buy. Thank you very much. Get that level to rising. Get that level to rising. This is rising. I love you all.
Distinguished guests, to the glory of God, we hereby commission this magnificent infrastructure, this very upcoming community in Lagos, Ishegun, Camp David, ultra-modern jets, to the glory of God and to the benefit of the entire community. This is a boundary community between Lagos and Ogun State, and you can see that it's the end of everything. And we're thankful that indeed we can reach communities like this and give them the real dividends of democracy. So to the glory of God and to the benefit of mankind, we commission this jet. Thank you.
That was another infrastructural milestone by the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, at the commissioning of the Ishefun Camp David ultra-modern jetty. The governor, who equally reeled out other projects commissioned in the area, noted the strategic importance of Alimosho Federal Constituency.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed an honor this afternoon to come and rejoice with you at the Alimosho Federal Constituency, the biggest, the largest, the most populous local government, not only in Lagos, but in the entire country. I bid you good greetings. I bring warm felicitations. I bring best tidings from the government and people of Lagos State. We acknowledge your strategic position in our scheme of things. That's why we consider our partnership with Alimosho Federal Constituency that has 5 local government and LCDAs, right, under our ambit. And we want to thank you. We want to thank you very much for your patience, for your support with our government for the past 3.5 years. But we want to come and say to you that you are in the center of everything we're doing. We just don't want to come here and campaign. We just don't want to come here and start with rhetorics. That's why today we have gone around several commissioning in Alimosho Federal Constituency. We have been to commission the impactful Ishuti Road today, and with a jetty at the end of it. You can see that our cardinal objective under our team's agenda is to able to reduce traffic time, journey time, and have community that are talking to one another. The Ishuti Road is almost 4 kilometers that we've just handed over this morning, early today. It has a jetty. The jetty, we could even see it. Communities and all sorts of people were being ferried in and out of the jetty already. And you can see that that was a strategic, important road infrastructure that we've just handed over to you earlier today. We did not stop at that. We went round to see the ongoing construction at the connecting road, the bypass from Mayobo right to the Lasu Iba Road. This was a road in which it was run on a collection, on a plank toll collection, which you've been laboring on for the past 15 years. That road is nearing completion now, and we're able to drive through the road. And you can see that that road, when it's finally completed, is going to relieve the entire neighborhood, because it's going to reduce the journey time from Ayobo Padia here, and you'll be able to connect straight to Lasu Iba Road. A journey that usually would take almost 45 minutes to 50 minutes will now be reduced to less than 10, 15 minutes. That we believe will impact on your businesses, will impact on commerce, will impact on trade, and will impact on the sustenance of life for the entire community.
The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, some of his state cabinet members and top dignitaries attended the 8th-day fidal prayer of a notable and renowned Nigerian, Ademola Seriki CON, recently in Lagos. The governor, who went down memory lane in his speech, admonished the late Seriki as a man of honor, integrity, and an achiever.
Let me, on behalf of the people and government of Lagos State, stand on all of the well-established protocols. All of the things I've said is that even in this gathering, there are several former, and even current. So it's really a word of wisdom for all of us to know that at some point in time, we'll all have a journey on this world and we'll all move on. And our spiritual fathers, they've given us a sermon for which we all will take back home. And the sermon is not for the dead, it's actually for the living, for each and every one of us to be able to learn the lessons of life and know that at some point in time, we'll all also have this calling. So how well have we walked? What are the good things that we have done in life? And I have a personal encounter with my late brother, Ambassador Ademola Seriki. I've known him since when I was 16, because he used to live right across my auntie's house. You know, we used to drive bicycle ride all around together. So it's someone that I've come to grow and to watch over the last 40 years or so. You know, and behind that, he was also my political leader. We're from the same local government. He's the leader in my ward. And so he and I have come a very, very long way. But in all of that, he's a man that indeed he had walked the talk. A man that God has blessed so very well, and I've admonished the family that their father, their husband, was a good man. He lived a good life. He was a man that indeed we all are proud of. And you can see that with the turnout of several people that have come here this afternoon to celebrate his life and to acknowledge that indeed Ademola meant different things to different people. He was a man that stood for justice, you know, for peace and for unity. He was a man that lived and had friendship across the Niger. He was a man that built bridges, you know, across all spheres. And the minister has put it very clearly. In a very short while as the Nigerian ambassador, he was able to create, you know, that ambience in which the two countries know truly very well. The first time the Minister for Tourism is also here. The WTO conference that were brought to Nigeria, you know, which was the World Tourism WTO. It was through his intervention and his insistence, you know, that he has to come to Lagos, to Nigeria. So we're not saddened. Of course we agree, but we're not saddened. We thank God Almighty for his life, for what he has, you know, been to each and every one of us. And as we move on, it's really just to continue to remember all of the good things that he has played with us.
In the spirit of Christmas, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu graced the Yoruba Tennis Club annual Christmas Eve dance with his presence. On behalf of his family, the people and government of Lagos, the governor who praised the club for turning out outstanding and distinguished Nigerians, thanked the Yoruba Tennis Club for its cooperation, encouragement and commitment to the success of his government as well as to the development of Lagos State.
I bring us very warm felicitation at this year's annual Christmas Eve dance. As we all know, Yoruba Tennis Club is not just the oldest indigenous club in our country. It's a club that has indeed earned its bill. It's a club that has paid its dues. It's a club that has turned out men of no mean feat in this country. It's a club that has been home to a lot of outstanding Nigerians, distinguished Lagosians, and it's a club that has indeed earned its place in the test of time. It's a club that I personally continue to cherish, continue to identify with, and it's a club that is worth to be remembered and to be called a club in Nigeria. But for us in Lagos, it also have a bigger name, because this is the Yoruba Tennis Club. This is a club that has remained home to a lot of Yoruba sons, to Lagosians, and it has held that bill above any other club coming behind the Yoruba Tennis Club. So congratulations once again to Yoruba Tennis Club. I stand here very humble to once again thank you, to once again acknowledge very, very deeply your cooperation with our government, your sense of partnership with us, and your, at all times, encouragement, sense of commitment, and sense of patriotism in our state. I stand here to tell you that your state, indeed, is moving on. Your state continues to remain the center of excellence. Your state continues to remain a state of aquatic splendor. It continues to remain the commercial economic heartbeat of our nation. Your state continues to remain home to all love and law-abiding citizens of this country. And your club continues also to show the true spirit of Lagos, the true Omoluabi spirit, because you are a replica of what Lagos stands for.
The executive members of Restaurant and Food Services Proprietors Association of Nigeria recently paid a solidarity and courtesy visit to the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, for his outstanding governance of Lagos State. Mr. Governor did not only agree to address the issue of overlapping functions of various regulatory bodies in the state raised by the association, but the governor equally noted the various intervention projects, initiatives of the state government to improve upon the food chain market in Lagos State, which of course will be of great benefit to the association members.
You have one industry that, we know with all of the challenges, you have stayed on above water. It's been a lot of challenge. It's not very easy to have chains of restaurants, outlets that you have to continue to keep people, in employment. You have to continue to run, expenses, to continue to keep the place running, overheads, rental payments, and also be able to deliver quality food and services to your teaming, customers that troop in. It's a delicate balance, but it's a balance that I believe you've all done very, very well. And on behalf of the government, we want to thank you. And we're also aware that you are a huge employer of labor. We know that indeed part of a very strong, thing that continue to keep the business on is the quality of the staff that usually gets to serve people, and that's very important. I'm aware, I know 2-3 of you personally, and I know how difficult and challenging, to be able to raise that resource and keep, abreast. But the good thing is that you have all turned out the brands that have turned out to be, household names that people can indeed, identify with, right? And they know that, for as long as they have small money in their pocket, they know which house or which outfit to go into and get served. And we know how important food, nutrition and all of it, how important it is, to nation building, and to growth. And in that similar space is to say that as a government, our own modest intervention is the fact that before the end of the month, we'll be commissioning the biggest rice mill in the country. Which is a mortar rice mill. Mr. President will be coming around to commission it, and you are going to see rice pyramid in Lagos. Yes. So the whole point is for these things to, come in at affordable, at prices that we can continue to keep, stable food or foodstuff like rice, in our market at some sort of like an affordable rate for our large teeming, population. So we're excited that even with the fact that we don't have so much space in terms of land, we can intervene. And we're working with some of the big rice, merchants and rice buyers in Daleko and Oshodi, so that they can become off-takers, from that. And we're believing that will see a drop in the total cost of that. That's on one part. The other side, which we also need to mention to you, is that we're building, you might not know, we're building the biggest market, food market in the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. Oh, wow. We're building the biggest market chain that's going to have the footprint of the biggest, both cold and dry, footprints, in Ketu, what do we call that? Ketu Ijiri. In Ekpe, it's massive, and we've started. It's billions and billions of tens of billions of now. We started middle last year, and we're hoping before the end of this year, some part of it will be commissioning some part of it. And so for us is to intervene directly in that market, in the food chain market. Not that we want to turn ourselves into buyers and sellers of food products, but we want we want to develop an ecosystem where the big producers, big market farmers can see a place where they can go into and see purchases done at very minimal level, where we can bring down the total cost of foodstuff coming into the country, so coming into the state, and we can reduce the incidence of middle market and all of these things, and so that we're doing, and we're happy that we're intervening in feedlots, to be able to control and regulate, in the what they call that, the meat market, and just continue to see how we can reduce, cost and bring down, overall, business cost that we see. And we're also building small middle level markets all around the city. There's one by Ijoro that we're going to be commissioning. There's another one in Moshiro, and these are very decent, clean, neat, stores of market that will meet international standards.
And finally, from the governor's office, the Lagos State Governor also received the prelate Methodist Church Nigeria, Dr. Archbishop Oliver Abe, with his team on a courtesy visit at the State House, Marina, Lagos. The prelate used the opportunity to assure Mr. Governor of the church's full support and collaboration to ensure a progressive state. On his part, the governor equally pledged that his government is ready to work in harmony with the Methodist Church to ensure and propagate a peaceful coexistence.
For us as a government, we understand and will appreciate the roles of our religious leaders in the schemes of things, and they are well also encouraged to always access government for clarification, for intervention, so that indeed the society can continue to have the benefits of both bodies, and ensuring that peace, unity, tranquility continue to reign in Lagos.
And that's the story and the package from the governor's office segment this week. As the heartbeats of Nigeria and Africa, let's think Lagos and leave Lagos. Thanks for watching.
Lagos.